Hi, this is Rana from Logistics Insider, and with me is Mr. Satish Lakkaraju. He's the Global Head, Air Freight and Pharma Vertical Viz. Welcome, sir. So we are here at CCUB 2022. It has been a great event. So why don't we start by talking about the importance of temperature sensitivity in maintaining an unbroken cold chain?
Well, thank you for asking me this wonderful question on the occasion of the CCUB 2022. And the whole issue of temperature and temperature excursion is such an important subject from an angle that any pharma which is not maintained at the right temperature, and if it is given to a particular patient, it will result in the medicine not being of use. Similarly, if any fruit or vegetable is not maintained at a set temperature, it only deteriorates. It may not be physically evident that it has got deteriorated, but what the end person would be doing is not eating the right stuff. So I think temperature will be a very important subject even going forward, given that there's global warming happening.
So, sir, you spoke about global warming, and pharma industry is one of the largest contributor of global warming. So, how do you think people can actually make their supply chains more sustainable?
I think after the government's discussing this as an important subject, not pertinent to only one particular vertical or one particular country, pharma packaging itself is looking at sustainability, reusability, and also what are the other ways that they can bring down the carbon footprint. So what is going to happen for all of the industry to understand is the way the trucking is happening today will also change using PCM technology and bringing the carbon footprint. Electrical vehicles coming into transportation in the country will be a little difficult, given that you don't have charging points across the routes, which is a big subject that is under discussion. Also, the cost of setting up charging stations as well as battery operated vehicles will see light only after government intervention happening it. But it is now at least good to see that sustainability has come up in the forefront of discussions.
So, sir, my next question is about which mode of transportation is better. There has been a debate to opt for either sea or air. People have been debating about it for a very long time. What, in your opinion, is more viable and why?
So the answer to this is as follows. One, air transportation will continue to happen when product launches happen, when APIs of high values have to be moving, and when there is smaller quantities of transportation happening, air will continue to happen. However, when large quantities of cargo is going on a regular and sustainable model, then you will see more of ocean freight happening. And also for everyone to understand, the pharma industry used to operate at a model where 80% of the cargo used to go by air and 20% used to go by ocean, which has now changed substantially to become the reverse to a larger extent, of almost 70% of the cargoes going by the ocean mode and 30% going by air. However, the quantities are increasing on both sides, and I would consider that the only reason that people are using ocean mode is because of the temperature excursion. Whereas in ocean reefer transportation, you get your cargo at your factory, you stuff your container and goes and gets delivered at the consignee's place. Whereas in air, you have multiple handling.
So, lastly, what do you think have been the key takeaways from this event and the importance of holding such industry events?
Like I've always said in the past, why CCUB is so different in terms of, and why year on year it is growing in strength. And for everyone to know, this year we had overwhelming response of over 350 delegates. And the takeaways that came up from day one in the 8 business sessions that we had, along with one which was with the government, subjects like IMO 2023 were a big takeaway for a lot of them, because people did not even have knowledge, people did not have, and that brought into a forefront of what is going to come. One. Two, the biggest takeaway that also would probably come in is that the counterfeit medicine is a subject which people might have not realized when they were taking a pill or a medicine whether it is the right medicine, but they believe that it is a true medicine. I think that was the second takeaway. The third takeaway that I would probably say is that emerging technologies, session 2, which talked about digitalization, and then the session 8, which was on to do on control tower, was the third important takeaway that I could see apart from all other sessions that were there. So I'm only highlighting the 3 important, but in general, all the 8 sessions had their own takeaways.
So, sir, why is it important to hold such industry events?
The reason that any event would bring is, one, you clearly would bring the various stakeholders into one platform. If you are in your own office, you don't get to meet all the stakeholders at one particular place, but you meet them in isolation. But here on the same subject, you have people giving varied views, resulting in getting better clarity and better thought is one aspect that is always there in such events. And only through such genuine events that happen, where the content is based on research, it results in actionable points that are happening and white papers being produced, and hence I would consider that events like CCB are the need of the hour.
Thank you, sir. We hope you continue with this concept and keep bringing innovation in the industry.
Thank you so much, Karvi, and thank you
Thank
to
you, sir.
Logistics Insider for again being a media partner for the event.